Tuesday, you're gonna have to compromise today. Get Simon and I to host a meeting. Holly's out sick. Wishing her the best. How's Holly doing, Mike? Well, okay, well, so get better. So let's get this party going. Drake is cooking outside, is baking outside. Yeah, okay, come and just yank him for a second if you got a second. You can hear me? 1, 2, 3. Shh. Guys, Alice cannot hear me, okay? That's it. Now, can you hear me now? Perfect. Let's chat at the back. We love that. This is some echoing. The guys are cooking, for you some pizzas at the back over there. Drake and his famous pizza oven, right? And go and get some. Oh, there he is.
There he is.
Hello, chef. What are you cooking for us?
Pizza.
How many did you bake so far? Okay. Okay. So go to Drake, ask for the secret menu, basically. I love the Chargers jersey, by the way, Drake. Good job on that. Okay. Simon, happy birthdays.
Here's all of the February. Look at the list of all of the amazing birthdays for February. If your name is up here, can you stand up?
Who's the Valentine's? All the Februaries.
Dougie.
Austin, Karen, Robert.
We got Megan,
Eileen, Donna as well. Where's Donna? I saw Donna earlier.
Awesome.
Hey.
Penny's here.
If you're here, come up here for a second. Donna, come up here. Donna, come here. Fritz. Hey, can you get Fritz if he's available? Joe.
Yeah, you're the spec.
Doug is over here. Is Penny here? I saw Penny. She left. Come over here, Donna. Come. We'll do like a little February baby.
I haven't seen Joe in a while.
Yeah? Okay. There we go.
I'm a June baby.
Happy birthday, everybody.
All right. On the count of 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear amazing agents.
I like that.
Happy birthday to you.
All right. Happy birthday, everybody. Share the cake afterwards, okay? Looks good. Thank you to our support team. You guys are awesome. Good to see Leslie last week back at the office for just a little bit. But we're here to serve and support. So reach out as always if you need anything from us. Rebecca? Is she here? Is Rebecca here?
21st.
No? Okay. Rebecca is here in spirit. First America, thank you for sponsoring the lunch. I thought I saw her. Sarah, perfect timing.
Sarah.
What's your jersey? What is that? That's Greg's favorite. What do you got for us, Sarah?
Oh, thank you. Not much, kind of the same old. If you guys have net sheets, please let me know. Right now we're currently paying 7.5 property taxes. If you guys have questions on probate, if you have questions on solar, things like that, please come reach out to me. Please use me as a resource. If there's anything you might not be sure of or want to question city reports too, there's a lot of areas people don't realize require that 9A report. Gardena, Southgate, there's so many cities out there that have reports and requirements that are required. Like there's usually no waiver on most of them, but feel free to reach out to me. Let me know how I can help you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sarah. Caitlin and Michelle.
Oh,
49.
Love the jerseys.
Thank you.
Not this time.
Not this time.
Hey, one second.
What you got for us?
Oh,
Yeah, that's perfect. Just like that. Yeah.
okay. Yeah, that's great. Hey, good afternoon, everyone. I love to see everyone who wore their football jerseys today because, you know, Caitlin and I always feel like we show up. We went to another one, pajama parties. We were all in our pajamas, but so we didn't miss the memo fully today. But a couple things. We're going to keep it short. You guys, we have a really fantastic. We know a lot of you are using our Fidelity Total Farm system, and we're not asking anyone to go away from that. It's an awesome system, but we do have a new Farm and Here product coming out. And it is fantastic. I think it's going to be some of the plays you need to make this year for your business, you know. Whoop, whoop. I'm just kidding. But here's some of the things, of the features that we really love about the new Farm and Here program. One, you guys can upload your lists now. Any of your sphere lists or anything like that with the addresses. You don't need the APN number. So I don't know if any of you have come across that in the past when you upload lists to your farming. We always have to have those APN numbers so we could track those owners. You don't need that now with the new Farm and Here system. I know many of you guys have talked about many times on phone numbers. Now you can get scrubbed phone numbers through Farm and Here. That's a big win.
Big one. Yeah.
Big win.
Big win.
Big win. Oh,
okay.
okay. No.
She's like, get down the program here.
The other thing that we think is really cool about the Farm and Here system is you can not just do farming in there, but you can also order your property profiles in there. Right now, we have the two systems, the Farm and Here. We have Fidelity Passport. We're not getting rid of those because we know a lot of people use them, but you can do both of them now all through Farm and Here. And with your property profiles, you can have them all personalized. So if you want to upload your photo, your branding, and not use, Fidelity's look with whatever their cover page or whatever, it can be your branding on your cover page. Okay, so that's a win. And also, it's still going to have the micro farms, all the strategic farms, and we're still going to tackle all of that. But like I said, we're not going away from Total Farm. We just really love the ease of this new system, a lot of its features, and it also shows owner equity. So I know we get a call lots of times for people on their equity. Mm-hmm. So equity is technically it's a premium type of thing that you've got to pay for that data on the actual percentage. We always find workarounds on how to get that, but the Farm and Here system is going to give owner equity. And also it shows demographics, yep. The age demographics, some of their income, mm-hmm. job, demographics, everything like that. So it's going to have some really cool new features, and
yeah, we're super excited about it. So it's coming soon. We'll get everyone signed up as soon as we have access to it. We're just giving a little teaser, but within the next couple of weeks, we should have be able to sign everybody up. And then really quick, there's another feature with the in here. We have Farm in Here, we have Live in Here, and they're going to be starting Monitor in Here. So anyone that closes with Fidelity, it's kind of like that title lock. Have you guys heard of that for fraud protection? It'll be Monitor in Here. So that's coming to soon as well. So lots coming.
So just because our teams aren't in the Super Bowl doesn't mean our title team can't be yours for life.
There we go. I love that. Thank you, girls. Thank you. Rebecca, we were looking for you.
Awesome.
Thanks for being here. Yes, what do you have for us?
You guys enjoy lunch? I thought it was the most creative thing I've heard of for food. Okay, so I'm with First American Home Warranty. I want to let you guys know, actually, I should ask, if you're ordering a duplex and there are two separate properties on the land, what am I actually ordering from Home Warranty? Yes, I hear it. Two. It's when they do not share a wall, they're two separate properties. Okay, I need unit 1, unit 2. If they're like this, look at my fingers, they're connected, that's a duplex. They share a common wall. Then there's 3. If they all share a common wall, that's a triplex. If you have 1 on top of the garage and 2 that are standalone, it's a duplex and a single family home. So right now I'm actually noticing a lot of our newer agents are having a hard time remembering that. And I'm like, let me just remind everybody. And so feel free, guys, to just text me, say, hey, Rebecca, I'm putting in an offer. Don't say call me. If it's the weekend, just text me. What do you need? What's going on? Because I might try to text back if I'm at church, but try not to when they're preaching. But I had someone like, I need to write an offer. I immediately texted them back because I was able to look at it really quickly. And I've caught 2 that were ordered incorrectly. So someone ordered a max plan price. They thought, oh, $900 is going to be enough. But then they had a duplex and they needed air conditioning with a couple other things. They did not have enough. Guys, you You know me. I do not want you to spend the money you work too hard to earn. Okay. So let's get the offer in correctly at the beginning, and then you guys can help your clients. So if you guys need anything, have any questions, please ask me. I'm Rebecca at First American Home Warranty. Thank you guys.
Rebecca, thank you.
Oh, here you go.
Thank you for sponsoring as well. Appreciate it. For a good cause. And we got Mike. Mike. True Lending, True North Lending. Mike, let's give it to Mike. What do you have for us, Mike?
Yeah, thank you so much, Simon. I think the next slide might have some interest rates for you guys, because I know you guys like listening to me, but really this is why you're here, right? To see the numbers. So interest rates are still right around that 6% range. We've had some volatility the last week or so, and really what everybody is kind of keeping their eyes fixed on is the next jobs report, because right now that's really the biggest, really the only thing that can really definitively push our interest rates any lower is going to be weakness in the job market. Now, the employment situation report is supposed to come out this Friday, or at least it was supposed to, but because of the partial government shutdown, they're a little bit delayed on that. So just keep an eye on interest rates and the news, because there's a lot of things going on right now, but rest assured that interest rates at this level is already creating a lot of activity for buyers.
Yeah.
Like plenty of activity for people to be transacting in. But a quick heads up, if you happen to be transacting on any condos, remember that as of 2025, the SB 326 balcony inspection is supposed to be on file with all the HOAs.
Mm-hmm.
All of my condo files are having challenges right now because of the balcony situation. So if you're having a listing appointment or have a buyer that's interested in purchasing a condo, you need to be having that conversation with the HOA, especially if you're a listing agent. See if you can just get your hands on that balcony inspection before you take the listing or as you're taking the listing, because that really is going to determine what the end, like, actual sale price is going to be on that property. So it's a really big thorn in our side at the moment, but we got to get all those balconies up to tip-top shape so that nobody falls off of them. What's that?
I'm sorry, excuse me. Do they all have it? All the HOAs have this?
All HOAs are required to have an SB 326 balcony inspection on file as of the end of the calendar year for 2025. And if they don't, then you don't get a Fannie Mae loan.
Mm-hmm.
Because why would Fannie Mae back a loan where somebody, it could have a safety issue, right? So also, just a quick side note, I have another escrow that does not have a balcony off of their unit, but they have stairs up to a little like walkway that gives you the entrance to the unit. And that one failed the balcony inspection too for the entire complex. So get your eyes on the balcony inspection. I've seen a lot of them fail, and those need to be resolved. Yes.
Last question.
Mhm.
If they don't have it, can you, while you're in escrow, can you get an independent inspection and then submit it to you, get to the lender? third party.
Not likely, because the HOA
can-
will want to be the
Yeah.
one that's hiring and making
You
sure
can-
that they have it.
You can bypass the HOA. That's the issue, So you want to hope you have a really good, responsible HOA. HOA, by the way, can be like one person, right? It's not like HOA. It sounds like something massive. It can be a whole big company or it can be just a person from the community that they are the HOA basically, right? So you just have to hope you're finding the right person, but you have to, like Mike said, take initiative and from the very beginning make sure. By the way, it's not for all HOAs, only if they have balconies, clearly.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah.
So find the right individual to talk to and get that information, right? So
Yeah. And then also, last quick side note on that. If you do have a balcony situation on your condo, let me know, because Alex and I have been working with a lender who will actually certify the unit itself as warrantable. So I have another file where the balconies that have failed the inspection are actually on the building next door. And so this lender is going to view it as warrantable because our specific unit has a balcony that passed that part of the inspection, but we can't determine that without the actual inspection. So get the inspection. It'll tell you everything you need when you hand it to a lender. Thanks.
awesome stuff, Mike. Thank you so much. That was great. Thank you.
Closings. So we have Michelle Hardy, Moon. Oh, Moon. I just spoke with Moon this morning. Living distinctively, Ron, Judy, Bob, Janet, and Grant. So this next slide, total closed value,
Okay, 7 million.
7 million. Congratulations,
Good job, everybody.
Coastal. That's
A strong week.
very strong week. New listings. Gary has a listing on 17430 Crawford in Lake Elsinore. It's currently listed for $478. It's a 3-bedroom, 1.5 bath, 1,536 square feet.
Gary's making your pizzas right now, so he's busy, right? Between listings.
Lot size is 6,098.
That's Gary.
Joe and Linda have a listing in the city of Lakewood for 889,900. It's a 3-bedroom, 1.5, 1,167 square feet on a 4,800 square lot. Dolph has a listing in the city of Los Angeles, 1.995. It's a 4-bedroom, 4-bath, 3,600 square feet on a 7,110 square lot. Dolph has another listing in the city of Los Angeles, 1.495. It's a 5-bedroom, 4-bath, 2,707 square feet on a 4,944 lot size. Dolph has another listing. He is busy. Amazing. Listing is in Culver City, 1,000,099. It's a 5-bedroom, 4-bath, 2,347 square feet on a 5,149 lot size. Buyers needs and wants.
What do you got?
Yes.
Alice.
I've got a listing that went live this morning on Appleton in,
Yeah. It's for the Zoom. It's for the Zooms.
Okay. It went live this morning at 5140 East Atherton. It's a 1-bedroom, 1-bath, but it has an L-shaped living room, so it can easily be turned into a 2-bedroom. 868 square feet, listed at 430. I don't expect it to last long.
Good job, Alice. She's busy. Who else? What do you have? Yes, Brandy.
Thank you. I have a listing in Moreno Valley. I think we're going to put it on at 5:45. Just waiting on photos, but it should be live tomorrow.
Anybody else? Yes.
Well, I'm not talking to you as your MCA today. I'm talking as an agent in KWPV. I have a listing in Studio City. It's 4 units, 4 townhomes, listed for $3,950,000. The gross annual income is $308,000. The net operating income is $227,000. The cap rate is 7.76%. So if you have an investor who's interested, please let me know. It went live yesterday. Thank you.
Congrats. Who else? Buyer needs. Okay. Okay, up next we have Richard. Come on, come up here, Richard. Richard Schulman, your original director. Let's give it to him. Tell us more about the jersey, Richard.
Well, as you guys know, I'm a big Walter Payton fan, and I like to buy like double XL jerseys.
We love that.
So I don't look ridiculous at all.
You don't. You're pretty buff with that.
So I have a sweater underneath. I'm extremely hot right now. So if I start to overheat, I might have to change.
Well,
Hello.
I'll get you some more coffee then.
Yeah. Well, can I tell before we start? Can I tell a funny story about that?
Yes.
So I was looking for coffee in the back. I'm going to tie this into something too.
Sure.
I'm looking for coffee in the back, and Mike Hardy, who I just met, I just didn't know who this guy was at all. He didn't know who I was, and he saw me looking for coffee. He says, "Can I help you find something?" I said, "I was looking for coffee," and he said, "Well, let me take you to my office. I have a coffee machine in my office," and he did that, and he made me a coffee, and he used the opportunity. He's now trapped me in his office. You know, a little physically trapped me in the office.
Was that the Irish coffee or just the regular coffee? Okay.
I didn't watch. There was a bar next to the coffee, so it could have been a little bit of both. And he said, "Oh, are you a new agent here?" And I said, "Well, as a matter of fact, I'm not." But anyways, the point of all that, thank you, Mike, for the coffee. And then I found out who he was, and he found out who I was. We were both kind of embarrassed by the mutual lack of knowledge. But the point is, it made me think about our great luxury event that we had with Brady that you were at on, some of you guys were at on, I don't know, Wednesday, Thursday last week.
Yeah.
about the idea that we're in a service business, and what Brady talked a lot about was the luxury experience. Everything is luxury, right? What's the least expensive house you guys are selling right now in this office?
Less expensive?
Yeah.
Probably a mobile home of a
Yeah.
few
Like,
100,000.
yeah, but like typically like 800, 700, like these are all effectively luxury deals. Every client wants to be treated like a luxury client. And the idea that just, okay, I thought, what are we going to talk about today? And okay, what an interesting interaction with this guy. Doesn't know me, thinks I'm just a random new agent. Is a new agent super valuable to you, Mike, just realistically? That's very generous. Yeah, okay. It's very generous, right? But he did that because he's creating a luxury experience. So imagine I was a new agent who just walked into the office, and the lender in the office gets me a premium coffee in a really fancy paper cup. How would that make me feel? So, anyways, I thought that's such a nice tie into this event with Brady, that we really need to treat all of our clients with a luxury experience, because at the end of the day, people hire people they know, like, and trust, and that's a great way to know, like, and trust. I'm not going to forget Mike Hardy anytime soon. Anyways, I thought that was a good opener. Was anyone here at the Brady luxury event on Thursday? 2 people?
Only
people?
few, yeah.
Who is now feeling like a little FOMO that they were not there? Anyone? 1 person? Okay, all right. Well, let me add, there was free food provided. It was really good, high quality free food. Now, who is jealous that they were not there? 2 more people? Okay. So we had a great luxury. Get out your pens, pencils, your calendars. September 10th in the South Bay, we are going to have a luxury event with Caroline Woe. She's the other head of KW Luxury. So we're doing it. We did one in West Hollywood for all those miscreants up on the west side, and now we're doing one here for you guys in the South Bay. September 10th, 11 to 1, Manhattan Beach or surrounding, which is a lot closer. I know it's not that close, but a lot closer than West Hollywood. And we're going to have Caroline for a luxury event. Do you have any takeaways from the event you want to share, either of you or anyone who's there? We can talk about that for a minute or two. I have a couple thoughts to add, but if you guys, anyone, I'm curious what you guys got, because I've heard Brady speak a lot. So,
But
yeah, go ahead.
Before setting your eyes on the goal, first level up to where you need to be, level your experience, your whatever you need to do to level up to where you want to be, then look for your goal.
Yeah.
If it's not leveling up, you're not gonna hit your goal.
I think every time I hear Brady talk, the number one thing I take is something like that. It's like, I need to really just treat everything with like a luxury lens, right? Every client is a luxury client. Doesn't matter if they're 700,000 or 7 million. They all need and want a luxury experience, and they're going to hire and retain their agents based on that. Anyone else have any takeaways from that?
I mean, same thing about, and Brady is big on that. You know, he's a top, like yourself, he's a top producing team, and it's all about the luxury experience. And I think the cool thing about his attitude is that he's becoming that person that thrive to, you know, get any client to go from like point A to B in the best possible way. So they're gonna be then go afterwards and say like, that was the best experience I've ever had.
Yeah.
And that turns into, you know, numbers, etc. So
yeah. Well, that turns into referrals, right? You retain your clients and you get new clients. And look, the reality is that anyone can send someone an MLS link, right? Is that correct, broker of record? Anyone can do it. Almost anyone could fill out an RPA, right? Most people. I didn't say correctly or not, but like, could you generate one? Okay. What's the experience like along the way? So I think that was a big takeaway. If that sounds like a little vague and abstract, just take away. Brady talks a lot about the Ritz-Carlton experience, right? That he wants to bring the Ritz-Carlton experience to all of his clients. And he works a similar price point, and he's like in the $1 to $2 million price range, like a lot of us are. So if that's something interesting, we have the event September 10th. It's restricted to, that's a bad word, I love that word. It's exclusive, better. Exclusive to luxury agents. We'll also give the team leaders, Hallie could make it today, I guess. Too busy to come see me at the office here. But we will open it up to the team leaders' discretion for KW luxury members, agents who are selling luxury properties, and anyone who sells 2 luxury qualifying homes between now and then will be invited to the lunch. If you think you're worthy and you didn't get an invite for next time, just reach out to Hallie
Let
and
us know.
we'll try to figure it out for you guys. So
Can I just add to that,
Yeah.
Richard? So one of the takeaways that I've received was, like you said, treat everyone like luxury, right? Because everyone has a different perspective of the experience, right? Especially in our industry, the process can be overwhelming, anxiety, stress, the excitement, right? But if you level up on that experience, people will definitely provide you with opportunities.
it's the only thing we're selling is the experience because the other stuff is not that complicated. There's not enough differentiation between you and the other 5 or 8 or 10,000 agents that work in your, whatever your rough marketplace is. So the experience is the whole thing you're selling. Any questions about that? Good. All right. I wanted to talk a little bit. Well, let me mention who's going to family reunion in Atlanta in 3 weeks. All right. There's going to be a social media convention the first day. I think that's Sunday. The whole day on social media, I think with some AI on Sunday, and then the regular family reunion schedule on Monday and Tuesday. So if you're considering going, it's a good event. I'm excited that they've sort of revamped and upgraded the lineup. A lot of the big speakers, including Gary Vaynerchuk. And there's a digital option, which I don't know. You guys doing digital option here? Or?
Yeah.
Okay. So if you don't want to fly all the way to Atlanta, okay, I guess that makes sense. I don't have a choice. They make me fly to Atlanta. So, but if you don't, I guess you'll have it in the office. I would really recommend coming in that first day. And there's going to be delay options as well because you don't want to be
5 a.m.
Right. So they're going to have a delay option for you so you don't have to watch the 5 a.m. Live stream of Gary jumping up and down and screaming on stage. So you can watch that like at 6:30 or 7.
Right.
So that'll be a great event if you can attend that. A couple other notes as far as the region. We are going to have a wealth building workshop for agents, wealth building for agents specifically in April. We're working on scheduling that now. Is that interesting to anyone? Some of you? Okay. Half of you. The people who did not respond, are you not interested in building wealth? No? Okay. Sounds good. All right, super. The pizza? Okay. I'm still working on the permit for you to do the pizza outside from the building. So, so let's talk. I want to talk about now business. Is that okay? Is that a good topic? Is that good for everyone? Just like who's awake and that's a good topic. No, like if you're in the front row, you have to do. Okay, medium hand is fine. Okay, I did this exercise with my team yesterday. So I'll tell you an interesting thing. I was wondering what's happening with the marketplace. I run a team. I've got 16 people on the team, and same as running an office. December, January, February are tough months, right? They're generally slower months, although I don't accept that as a given, and it's just tougher to hit to make payroll and hit your numbers in those months. And so we're looking at what's going on, and things are choppy in the waters. And I'm kind of wondering. So I supervise 11 offices in West LA and the South Bay, and 7 had the courtesy to reply to me. Beverly Hills just replied this morning, a full week later, which is for them is actually great. I was really excited for that. 7 offices replied with data. I wanted to know, what does your January look like versus January last year? And this is office level. This whole office, South Bay, Palace Ridge, the whole office. So it's not just you and you had a big month because you closed a couple deals or you were on vacation and you didn't do anything, right? So it's the whole office. So it should have a pretty robust amount of data in it because it's hundreds of agents of data. What do you guys think was the answer? I got a very consistent answer across all 7 offices. I was actually surprised just the fact that all 7 would have the exact same answer, or basically. What do you guys think that answer was? Wrong. You have to leave now. Yeah. Mike Hardy, by the way, if you want a coffee, Mike will make you coffee later. Mike is correct. The offices were up like a 25 to 30 something percent was like pretty much a consistent answer across the board as far as dollar volume sold by the offices. So I might be off by 1 or so there, but like almost all the offices had up as the answer. So I wanted to bring that to my team and say, this is the we don't have to accept as fact that the market is slow, right? We don't have to accept the market is slow in January. That's a choice we make. What happens is a lot of agents took December off because why not? You take half of November off. At that point, you take out November off, December, January's slow. Anyways, I'll just come back to work in February after the Super Bowl, right? A lot of agents do that. You have fewer compliance issues in these months. It's better this way. A little bit, yeah. Still have the bad agents are still working. There's still more deals. There's still a lot of deals out there to be had. So you don't have to accept this fact that January is slower, right? It's not statistically not much slower, but a little bit is a problem if you're running a big office. The point being is I wanted everyone to know that the market is out there. There are way fewer agents out there than there were last year. Have you guys, I don't have a whiteboard, but have you guys ever seen me do a graph? The only thing that you should be worried about, it's not interest rates, it's not the economy, it's not the median home price, it's not the number of cancellations. The only number that you, the agent, is worried about is the total number of agents divided by the total number of deals. I'm sorry, flip that around. Total number of deals divided by the total number of agents. Your denominator, who remembers 5th grade math, denominator is the one on the bottom. The total number of agents is way, 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 way down. Can you agree with this? Yeah. Yes, like staggering down. I heard a stat that 70% of NAR last year had 1 or 0 sales. I keep hearing stats like that. I don't know if they're made up or not, but they sound believable. The competing agents in the marketplace is way down. This is gonna be a great year for everyone because there's way fewer people out there, and we expect broadly the number of sales will go up. Right? We've had 2 really terrible sales years, three terrible sales years in a row. As an entire marketplace. So we expect sales will have to go up at some point. They were up a little bit last year, up a little bit more this year probably. So the question for the team was, how do we get now business? So I wanted to do a little exercise with you guys. Who's excited for an exercise? Okay, we had some pizza. Now we're going to exercise. Okay, I see you all have, this is good. I like this. Thank you, title. We always, I actually am like a traditionalist. I really prefer that everyone takes notes on pen and paper because I feel like when you take notes on your computer or your phone, like you get distracted. This is the exercise for today. I'd love everyone to write down how they're going to get paid next.
It's always a good question.
And if you said OGs real loud after I said that, then we'll have a different conversation right afterwards.
Extra pizza for you.
Yeah. So write down, and here's what you're going to say. Simon, 2-bedroom condo, Long Beach, right? Meny, 3-bedroom house, Torrance, right? Write down who these people are, what they're looking for. Now you should have, I'm going to say 6 to 10 A and strong B buyers is a solid number. That is, you expect of these 6 to 10 people that you're going to get half of these people into escrow in the next couple of months. I hate defining A and B because we spend a lot of time debating it, but I think you guys know what I mean when we say A and B.
Well, say by motivation.
Yeah. A is, I think the technical definition, an A buyer or A seller is they are ready to go right now. You could show them a house tomorrow, they're writing an offer. B buyer is like a month out, they're looking, they would buy, but they're not like writing offers on every house that you see. And C buyer is basically everyone else. So someone who would buy a house for you in the next 30 days. You should have 6 to 10. Yeah. That would be, yes, please.
Maybe think of it as hot, warm, and cold.
Perfect. There we go.
Yeah.
I like to keep it simple there because we spend a lot of time debating, is this an A, is this a B? Like, okay, we know, are we going to get paid or not is the question, right? Are these people going to buy a house or not? If you have 6 to 10, you should be able on average to close half of them a house like in the quarter. That's like how I would think about it. If you had 6 to 10, you have 3 to 4 closings, not openings, closings for the quarter. That would translate to 1.5 a month, and that would put you generally on a strong goal of 12 to 15 a year. 12 to 15 year closings a year, you're making a lot of money, right? Some of you are doing more, some are doing less, but that's like a good average. Mm-hmm. If you're a team or you're a high producer, those numbers might be a little bit different. Okay, everyone write those down. Let's sidetrack for a second. What if you said OGs when I said that, right? You tell me more about that. I heard you.
Next page.
Good. That's the job. You get paid to worry. Do you have 6 to 10 people that are going to be that you're working with right now? Okay. And 6 minus 4 is 2. Okay. So let's start with that, right? If you don't have 6 to 10, and look, if you have 4 A+ buyers, great. But the reason you really want to have 6 is because next quarter you need to have 4 to 6. Hopefully you get a couple into escrow in February, you have to replenish the pipeline. So if you only have 4 and you make a sale or the client decides to pause or something like that, and then you have nothing behind them, those Bs, you need those Bs to become As, right? C's to become B's, B's go to A's. Cold to become warm, warm to become hot. How do we find, let me ask you this. If you had to find an A or B buyer to put into your pipeline today, how would you do it? Who has a guess or a strategy? Anyone? Open house. Open house. Okay, you got an open house for Sunday. Okay. Oh, that's okay. You go. Well, are you going to Super Bowl party? There you go. That's better than an open house, especially on
that is the open
Sunday.
house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Super Bowl party. That is what KW would call a micro event. So there you go. Who's coming to your Super Bowl party? How many people? I don't need their names. Just like okay.
At least 20 people every day to just check in and see if anybody has any real estate goals I can help them with.
All right, let's work on that. Thank you for volunteering, by the way. I am going to pick on you a little bit, but hopefully you get something out of it. Okay, good. Great attitude. First of all, the just checking in, we're going to delete that from our vocabulary completely. Let's go back to the Super Bowl party. Anyone else hosting a Super Bowl party? Only one person dumb enough to do that? My neighbors host one. It's amazing. My neighbors do it. I walk across the street and I don't have to do this year they emailed out. They said it's only for serious Super Bowl watching and not for. So I told my wife and kids are staying home, and they're like, "Great, we're not going to watch anyways." Is 10 the right number? Are there 4 more people you could invite that would be good potential clients? If you're a sociopathic realtor like me, that's how you look at your events. Like as a 45-year-old man, I'm having a birthday party and I'm added 52 people to the birthday party invite because like, why not? Like these people might buy and sell homes, right? And what a great touch. So let's go back to your texting. What are you going to text people? You're not checking in.
Yeah, I say I do my little chat thing and I make it, right or whatever. And
Yeah.
I just say something to the effect of, yeah, I live on referrals. So do you know anyone that's looking to buy or sell? I mean, that's not my exact words, but
Let's do it right now. Who has a good texting script they could use? What was your name? Sorry. Heidi. Who has a good texting script they could recommend? Who's heard me speak before and knows what I'm about to say? Yes. There we go. Thank you. All right, you get a free bag of chips for you, sir. There's a giant box of big nice. You can have the Fritos. Those are the best ones. Yeah, I think you just invite people to the coffee. I think it's the easiest way to touch base and say hi. And I'm on a panel at Family Reunion, a little humble brag there. After 18 years at Keller Williams Realty and $2.5 billion in sales, I'm one of 5 people on a panel about lead generation. So I finally made it to the mountaintop. But we talked about not saying just checking in, and we talked about one of the things I try to coach my agents on, and hopefully I can share with you guys, is the outcome of these conversations is fairly binary, right? Do you want to buy a house? Like, go ahead. Are you buying a house today, Meny?
No.
Okay. Is there any script I could say that would get you to buy a house? You have a house, you're happy there. Real life. You have a house, you're happy there.
Maybe it's like a really good deal.
Oh God, hang up. Goodbye. Done. Not doing those. If someone says really good deal, you say, great, I'll call you back later. Right? But you're not moving. You have a house, you like your house, you're not moving. The answer is no. There's no script that will get him to say yes. And I think it's important to understand that we're always trying to the point of scripting is not to trick him into buying a house. It's to trick him into meeting with us to talk about buying a house. Because we're not selling a house, we're selling our services, right? We're selling the experience of a home buying. So I'm going to text Meny, hey Meny, it's Heidi, the realtor, want to see if you want to have coffee, talk about the real estate market. You're going to say no. And Heidi, that's a totally fine outcome for you. It's actually a great outcome. You guys taking bold? Who's taking bold? What? No. Yes, makes you money. No. Saves you money, right? Right? I don't need to waste any time and money on Meny because he's not going to buy a house. That's okay. Simon, you want to get coffee, talk about the real estate market? Okay. Bored, possibly interested in real estate. 2 outcomes, right? Worth a conversation. So I think the idea of just texting people and say, hey, you want to grab coffee, talk about real estate is pretty simple because I'm very happy to get lots of no's. I don't want to waste my time on a yes or on a no, but I do want him to know I'm thinking about him. And then maybe in 3 months, you say, you know what, I do actually want to buy a house. You think, oh, Heidi texted me about buying a house, right?
Exactly.
Any other great ways we could find some pipeline for right now? Any other great way? Open houses, coffee dates, anyone else? If you're at someone else's Super Bowl party, you can still talk to people about real estate. Who's going to Super Bowl party this weekend? Okay. Just two of you. No one here watches football?
Go to Heidi's house, by the way. Should text you later.
Make it a goal to talk to 5 people about real estate. You know, you're there for 4 hours. People are relaxed, eating and drinking, have a good time. Just, you know, bring up real estate. I found it's not hard to talk about real estate. Does everyone have a good story of something really interesting to share about real estate? Make one up. Use one. You can use one from 10 years ago. No one knows. Hey, what do you do? Oh, I sell real estate. It's unbelievable. Let me tell you something that just happened. There you go. And then you'll open up and you'll get a yes or a no, right? Oh, I'm interested. How that's interesting. Great. Let's talk another time. Okay. That's filling the pipeline. Good. Okay. What are we going to say to our 4 to 6, 6 to 10 people that are in our A's and B's? What are we going to do with those people today? After we leave the meeting, everyone's free afterwards? We all had lunch? Yes? Okay. What are we going to do right afterwards, that list of people? Who knows? Anyone? There you go. You already won the bag of chips, though. Just one. You can start off. Here's what let me back up a little bit. It's a good answer. What I really want you to do, and this is where I think people make a mistake. This is a long-term strategy. This is just not like a one-off, like a gimmick. Is if you does anyone keep a pipeline in front of them or on a spreadsheet that they look at on a regular basis? Okay, a few of you guys. Like, this is a very like old school. Like, we have all this technology now. We have CRMs and all these things. AI is like doing stuff for us. And at the end of the day, this is a one-on-one person business, right? And I just need to look at my sheet and say, I got it written down in front of me, and here's the 6 people that are going to get me paid this month. And I'm just going to sit and look at them and stare at them and think about what am I going to do today to progress this client along. Okay, Simon, 2-bedroom condo in Long Beach. Okay, let me think about what was the last thing we did. Okay, we toured some properties last week. He didn't like them. I'm going to go hop on the MLS. I'm going to look at all the inventory that might work. And, you know, I think he can spend $50K more on his budget. I'm going to look, we were looking at 500. I'm going to look up to 600, and I'm going to call, there's 8 more condos available we haven't looked at. I'm going to call all those people and see who's got a motivated seller. How many you heard what Mike saying, how awful the condo market is right now. How many of those condo sellers do you think are motivated right now out of 8? Like half of them? So I'm going to go bring a win to Simon. He's at 500K budget on his search. He's looking on Redfin. He's on Zillow. He's getting MLS searches from 9 other realtors he signed up with. His wife's on 16 more searches. They see everything. They weren't looking at the 599 condo that's about to drop to 549. How happy is he going to be to hear that from you, that you did the luxury experience and found that property for him? Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. That whole progression makes sense? So I'm going to just stop and just stare at Simon's name on a piece of paper and commit to spending at least 5 minutes working on him and trying to solve a problem for him, right? Find some more inventory. You know, Meny's looking for a house in Torrance in a certain neighborhood. There's nothing really on the market right now, but I know there's like 4 agents that sell a lot of homes in the neighborhood. I'm going to call them, right? Hey, I got a buyer looking up to $1 million, needs a pool, 3 bedrooms in Torrance, right? I don't know if these are realistic search parameters or not, but if they're sound crazy, just imagine they're real. How many of you have listings that are signed right now that you're not putting on market until the spring for some reason that the seller has told you? That like for sure the market is going to get better February 28th of this year. We've all heard this, right? How many of you have lists? My team probably has 15 listings signed right now that we are not on market with. If I got a call like that, I would 100% walk you to that property right now and tell you to bring an offer and let me put it in front of my seller, right? Mm-hmm. There's no doubt about it. So I would do that, right? What other buyer challenges are you having right now? That's a way, this sounds really basic stuff, but I promise you it's not happening at the level it needs to. This is a 1-hour project on a pretty much a daily basis, right? Look at your list. You can use an Excel spreadsheet if it's easier. You can print it out better every day or keep it like on a whiteboard on your desk and really spend a lot of time with those 6 to 8, 10 people, because that's how you're going to get paid the next 3 months, right? And again, this is just 1 home a month. Everyone here good with 1 home a month? There's like a what, $1.2 million average price point here?
About what? 1 mil.
Okay, that's
So
good.
like 12 million.
Okay, that's good money, right? Okay. Right, okay. Who has questions about how else to progress buyers along right now? Does that make sense to everyone? Is this fun? Everyone feels like a little sleepy from the pizza. This is not like a rah. I'm like a very technical, boring person on these things. Okay, that's the project. That's your homework assignment. Everyone's gonna spend an hour with those people and really just figure out, like, just stare at every name. How am I gonna get this guy to look at a home today and write an offer tomorrow? That's the whole problem we need to solve. Let's talk about, I can talk about whatever you want. The other thing I want to talk about, if that works for you guys, is what are the buyer objections that you're getting right now? And alternatively, we can talk about seller objections. It's kind of like like the inverse problem, right? What kind of buyer or seller objections are you guys seeing right now that's challenging you?
Anybody?
This guy's a superstar back here. What's your name, superstar? Titus?
Titus, yeah.
All right, you know what? You get 2 bags of chips, Titus. I don't care what anyone says.
The issue I have is getting these people to like make a move. Like I'm telling them, especially
Just because you're a bad agent, it's not. We can solve that. That's it. It's all it is.
they're looking at places, and I don't know. I think I'm gonna wait. And I'm like, I don't want to come off with commission breath or too pushy. But I think right now it's the time to strike. And in a couple months, there's going to be a lot more buyers in the market and have a lot more competition.
All right. So first, I'm going to ask you a question. What's your buyer presentation, your buyer meeting look like? Okay. I knew you were going to say that. Sorry, I set you up for that. I used to do this with my team. Every Monday, we'd have our meeting. We do the same conversation. By the way, I've been having the same team meeting, the same conversation every Monday for like 17 years now. The conversation never changes. This is the only problem we need to solve, right? If we just spend all of our time asking people for coffee dates and looking at our buyer pipeline and solving buyer objections, we're all going to make more money than we need, right? I used to get a lot of questions. Every Monday, someone came in. This terrible thing happened. That terrible thing happened. This inspection went badly. This lender screwed up. It wasn't Mike Hardy, a different lender, right? Every Monday. And I would just say, tell me about your buyer meeting. And what do you think they said? 100%, not 92, not 90, 100% of the time, what was the answer? They didn't have one. So your first problem is you need to have a buyer meeting. The buyer meeting is a really good opportunity for you to educate the client. Once you're out in the field showing properties, the commission breath issue is out there. It's much harder in the field at a house to say, hey, this is a great time to buy a house. Because they've been hearing that. Every email I get from realtors, what does it say? It's a great time to buy. It's a great time to sell. It's a great time to buy and sell. Like, it's every communication they get. The buyer meeting is a great time for you to say, here's the lay of the land, right? My team's in West LA. I can tell you, if I was doing a buyer meeting in West LA, I'd say, listen, Titus, this is an incredible time for you to look at a house or a condo in West LA because right now we're seeing a significant number of sales, 20, 30, 35% discounted from their past market sale. Are you guys seeing that here too?
Some, yeah.
If you're not seeing that,
In Long Beach, yeah.
you're probably not looking at enough stuff, right? But we're seeing consistently across the board because of everything Mike said earlier, insurance, this stupid balcony nonsense, all the HOAs are, basically all the condos are probably end of life on all their systems, so they're all doing assessments. Economy's not super duper great, so a lot of people are defaulting on assessments, and the lenders don't want any part of this, right? So, and every complex is underinsured because they can't raise money to pay for the more expensive insurance because of the economy and the balcony thing and blah, blah, blah. So we're selling stuff all the time at 30% discount from like 3 years ago, 4 years ago. So you say that in the buyer meeting, and you have market data and knowledge to back it up. If I sat you down in West LA, I would say, I just sold a condo on Malcolm Avenue for $800,000, and the last sale in the building was $1,050,000. Can I help you find the exact same thing, Titus? Okay. I think it's a great time to buy because the market is so choppy and so problematic that a lot of buyers have left. There's a lot of opportunity for you out there. Opportunity, write that word down, circle it. You should be using that word right now. There's a lot of opportunity for you if you're buying a condo. Multifamily market, same thing. House market, maybe opportunity, definitely not 30% discounts, but multifamily and condo are off 20, 30, 40%, depending on where you are. So you educate them in the buyer meeting. And then when you go to show them, you just use data. Use data and market stats. It's not your opinion. Do you have an opinion on anything, Titus? Absolutely not. Okay? I'm just telling you, the market is telling me this. This is a comp I just sold, right? Did you sell it? Did this woman in your office you don't know sell it? It's the same thing, right? Right? I just saw this sale happen. I just saw this comp happen. This is what's happening in the marketplace. If they give you a challenge, what's the question? One question you can write down, one script you can write down that you can use that will always keep the conversation moving. No one's gonna get it, don't worry. Tell me more about that. Write that down. So what was the objection you're getting, Titus? Sorry, go back to the beginning, like 4 minutes ago when you asked your question.
You guys can make both.
So you're not going to get them to, like, just be really clear. So something that MAPS and BOLD teaches is that motivation is not something that's externally generated, right? You're not going to motivate Simon to go buy a condo. You know what's going to motivate Simon to buy a condo? His wife complaining about their current living situation, right? What's going to motivate Meny, right? Some financial pressure or incentive. He made some more money. He lost some money, right? Real estate is driven by internal, emotional, personal factors, right? They're not generated by your need to make one sale in February. So you're not going to get, I'm just really clear about that because I don't want to even use like the wrong language just casually. Like, we're not motivating anyone, but I do want to know more, right? So like, I'm a naturally curious person, and that's a good trait to have in real estate, because when someone says, I don't love this property or it's not a match for me, I want to know more about that, right? Tell me more about that, Titus. And when you say that, it's a very genuine statement, and it's very open-ended. When you ask an open-ended question, it allows the client, it allows, by the way, this works with your spouse, with your kids, with Meny. If I have to call Meny and get mad at him for performance.
5 minutes, by the way.
Right. Oh, I have 5 minutes left?
Yeah.
Okay. Tell me more about that, Meny.
5 minutes.
Let me ask you a question, Meny. Why is that important to you?
Because I always like to finish my meetings on time.
Okay. I totally respect that. Let me ask you a question, Meny.
Yes.
If I finished the meeting 2 minutes late, but provided an incredible amount of value, would that be okay with you?
I can work with that.
Okay. Okay. You got it? I sound genuinely interested. What I'm really saying is, this is what I want to do. But I'm asking in a way that Meny's in charge of the conversation. This is just stuff that if you work on, over time, you'll get really good at. I literally, I'm like, I hear myself talking to my kids. I'm like, tell me more about that. I'm like, what's wrong with you? It's not how you talk to a child. But I'm like, well, it's interesting you said that. How do you think I should talk to a child? And so you just ask questions and let them answer. When they answer the questions, I knew obviously Meny was going to say, like, I want to end the meeting on time because this is like a professional thing to do. But maybe they give you a different answer. Maybe they give you some information. What you're really doing is you're looking for two things. One, how motivated are they? If they say things like, well, I don't know, because I heard the economy's bad and I heard the Fed's going to lower rates in June. It's hard to really handle that as an objection. Really, they're telling you I'm not an A buyer right now. They're telling you I'm a B buyer, which is fine. Just downgrade your investment into them. But if they tell you something you can object to, like an objection handle, then you can use that. Oh, I'm not sure about the price. Well, let's talk about the price. The last sale in the building was $1,050,000, and this unit's asking $849,000. Does that seem like a good deal to you? I'm like, oh yeah, it's a no-brainer. So that's a very short way to look at that. But tell me more about that, right? Then this, right? If I could find you a good deal, would you be interested in buying now? If you're not, then that's okay. Just change my timing. Let's do, since I am up on time, I'm not going to go 2 minutes over because I don't have anything valuable enough to break your rules. Do we have one more question or one more objection? Do we do a seller objection? You have one?
How did you navigate that?
I'm going to give you an answer you're not going to love. If you do a good, if you do a good buyer meeting or a good listing presentation, you're really not going to get good objections or like challenging objections. The ones you are going to get, it's going to be more along the lines, and I'm struggling to give you like a great example right now. I think from my perspective right now, if you're doing a really good buyer or seller first meeting and you're really just giving them a lay of the land, right? I'm not motivated to sell you a home or sell your home. I want you to be happy with. I tell the people this. I'm honestly like, I'm just 22 years. I want you to be happy with what you do. Like, here's what's out there, right? I can get you this right now. Is that good for you? I think the objections that you get, in my mind, are really, if you're doing that job, it's really more along the lines of, am I going to invest my time in you right now? And it's really important because we're realtors. We don't have real jobs, obviously. None of us have really probably ever had a real job or done anything useful for society before. And we have this trap, right? We have this trap of just thinking, I have unlimited time to invest. And if you're slow right now, if you're thirsty for a deal, if you have commission breath, then you're thinking, you know what? Meny's looking for a unicorn. He wants a good deal, right? I'm just going to work with him because I have lots of time. That's the mistake, right? So there's not like one solid. I look for what people are saying, and I'm thinking to myself, is this person going to buy a house tomorrow? Because every time I get dressed and leave the house to go show a house, I'm choosing to do that over something else. And I'm just very clear internally about that trade-off. And I'm only going to go show you a house if I think I'm going to make money doing that. If I think, you know what, from the words you're saying, right, I'm looking for a deal like those people, right? I'm waiting for, oh, I heard from a friend on Reddit that in June the Fed's going to lower rates. I'm like, okay, great, let's talk in June. I'm like uninterested in like trying to convert that person. So I think I'm just looking to screen them for how motivated they are. Because if I show you a house, I'm selling you a house. Is that a good answer for your question or no? Okay. That's what you get from people. If you prepare them and you do a good buyer meeting and you listen to their needs and make sure like you're clear, like I'm here to help you succeed long-term in real estate, they will tell you if they're motivated. They don't know, right? Many, the avatar of Meny of like, I'm looking for a deal. He's ready to buy a deal today, but his idea of a deal is not what's out there for you to find for him. So, all right, I think we're up on time. Good. I don't know.
That was great.
Check my watch.
Any other questions for Richard?
What a strong ending.
Where's Truman? That was great.
Thank you.
By the way, if you got all of his jokes, you're gonna get another free pizza. By the way, so you gotta keep up. You gotta keep up.
Anything, I was probably making a joke.
Hey, that was awesome. Thank
Okay,
you.
good.
Always valuable for sure. And again, that's someone that sold 2.5 billion, right, with his team. So I think he knows one or two things about coaching us how to be more purposeful about our conversations, right? That will translate into a gross commission. And again, back to your point, just to sum it up, if you are selling one home a month in average, or even let's say 10 of those a year, that's about $250,000 gross commission income, right? So that should be like the minimum income as a person in the greater LA area today. Yeah.
I can just envision Richard's children saying, "Yeah, tell me more about that."
Yeah.
I can envision that.
Yeah, but I do the same thing. It's actually fun. Let's see. Karen, what do you have for us? Is this today? No, it's tomorrow. Yeah. Are you excited? I'm excited about that, by the way. Who's not following her on Instagram? You should. She's brilliant. And you're going to talk about that, right? Okay, so that's tomorrow, 12:30 p.m. over here, in person, over Zoom, both? Okay, all right. Make sure to be here because she's awesome, and thank you for doing this, Karen. So that's tomorrow. Simon Cloud CMA, right?
Yeah,
Friday?
This Friday, February 6th, 10:30, 11:30. We get a lot of participation on Zoom. So if you want to know how to effectively do comparable market analysis through MLS, join the class on Friday.
That's Fridays. And that's all we got for you guys. Go get more pizza. Thank you, Richard. Thank you so much. Thanks, everybody. Thank you on the Zoom. Oh, got the camera. Thank you, Zoomies.